We caught the 11 a.m. train from Riga in Latvia to Valga, a border town in Estonia. I was armed with my copy of Sir Stephen Tallents' 1943 autobiography, Man and Boy, as I wanted to learn more about this great man's work in Latvia and Estonia in 1919 to 1920. Sir Stephen Tallents was a distinguished British civil servant and a trailblazer in public relations. He also had an unorthodox way of doing diplomacy. He managed to get the warring sides to agree to an armistice on the Eastern Front after the end of the First World War. He also gained agreement to the line of the border between the newly independent states of Latvia and Estonia. That was why we were visiting Valga and Valka. By doing so, he averted conflict and set these two nations on course for peace and prosperity for 20 years until the Second World War. Valk is the old German name for what is now Valga, Estonia, and Valka, Latvia. The actual border is quite clear. A small river flows along it. Black and white border marking poles and some signs by the road tell you that you are entering a new country. A border commission had been set up, but this could not agree on which country would gain Valk or how it should be divided. The two governments asked the British for help. Sir Stephen Tallents tried to get an agreement through a conference of ministers and military leaders. But in the end, he and his military team had to draw up the border that divided Valk in 1920. Although there was a short-term storm in the Latvian and Estonian media, the border still exists today as the Tallents Line. The bridges over the river had nice stainless steel emblems with Estonia and Latvia, or Valga and Valka. You can also walk alongside the river border. Not a single border guard is to be seen. Sadly, there is no memorial to Sir Stephen Tallents in Valka or Valga, and his heroic role is little known. This is a small excerpt from my podcast, An Englishman in Latvia, episode on Sir Stephen Tallents. Do listen to the podcast.